Greetings, everybody. This is Baba Makanjuola of the Power of Ori, or Ori. I wanted to come here and give you a little backdrop to what Baba Makanjuola is about, how I got into this whole Ori training situation, my background in Ifa and all that good stuff, and just give you the whole biopic of what Baba Makanjuola is about. All right, so let's start here. Baba Makanjuola is from South Central Los Angeles, okay? I am not a college graduate. I have 2 children, the whole thing, the son's mothers separately, 2 different mothers, all of that. I've had a bunch of experiences coming up in that environment that were pretty challenging. Baba Makanjuola has had some challenges in his life. Trust me, he have had some challenges and overcame those challenges. That's why I am still here standing. But I've had some challenges in my life, and I had a mentality when I came into Ifa that I brought into Ifa from the hood, from all of those challenges, from all of those scars, from all of those expectations because of those scars. Some of that abandonment stuff, some of that toughness, that anger, all of that stuff. I had a lot of it when I came into Ifa. And I came into Ifa around 2009. I had a lot of it. And at the time when I came into it, I had just broken up with someone. And I had lost some things, some property things, some exterior things, lost a few things. And I was really feeling like, what is going on? And I happened to meet someone that referred me to a Babalao in Los Angeles. I went to meet with the Babalao in Los Angeles and sat on that mat. And as soon as I sat on that mat, I really felt like I was at home. I felt like this is what I've been looking for. You see, I had been in the church and I had been in Islam, and both of those left me kind of feeling empty. And I went through my spell and my period of life where I was calling myself, spiritual. I'm just spiritual. Like, I'm not claiming anything right now. I'm just going to be spiritual. I had no idea what that is. I have a completely different definition of it now. But at the time, I had no idea what it is. But I just knew I didn't want to do those things. When I got to the Babalao's house, I sat on the mat. I just felt comfortable. Now, they asked me to do some things that were just totally unorthodox for me, being that I came from South Central LA, It was just totally out of the ordinary for me, but I did them anyway. And I saw those things that he told me from that presentation of that reading that began to come to pass. And I was like, this is real. Like, oh, hold up. This is real. But keep in mind, my mind still hasn't shifted from where I came from. So I'm doing these things and I'm still experiencing the things that I was experiencing before. And then I started doing more dafas to try to help me with those things. I must have done, I don't even know, I can't tell you how many dafas and elbows I've done, but I've done a lot of them. And I want to say this to you, that it wasn't until the divorce from my second marriage that opened my eyes to what all this stuff was about. You see, I lost my house. Obviously, I lost my wife. And I lost the way of life that I had been creating for a few years. I was really close to my stepson. Miss him still. And I was losing a lot of things that I couldn't understand. I had just gotten initiated to Ifa about 8 months to 9 months prior. I had been married for about 3 years roughly, and I had done a lot of dafas and elbows for that marriage even. Like, I had done a lot of work and I was always obedient to the taboos and everything. I just couldn't understand why this wasn't working. Long story longer, I wound up again, of course, divorcing. We got divorced. I moved out. I stayed with some relatives for a while. And while I was there, I got depressed. And when I got depressed, it was really a sunken place situation. And when I got depressed, a friend of mine called me and she can hear the heaviness in my voice over the phone. She hung up the phone and she made a phone call for me to get a DAFA done. It came back in literal death. The DAFA told me that if I didn't do this DAFA and stay in the house 17 days, I probably wouldn't make it. I did have those thoughts at the time of not living. They didn't know that, but I did have those thoughts. Because in my mind, I'm like, I got to start all over again at 40. I think I was 45 or 46. I got to start all over again and do all this stuff all over again. Like, I done all this work. I couldn't just see why it's not working. I love my auntie and my uncle, but I didn't want to live in someone else's house at the time. I wanted to have my own house again. I came from a really nice house. I lost that house. I just couldn't understand it. How am I doing this? Why am I going through this? I'm not a bad person. Why is this happening? I did the EBO. I stayed in the house. A friend, that same friend that made the call for me for the DAFA, that same friend sent me some information on Ori. I was in the house 17 days, so I said I might as well go all into this and study it, right? So I started reading it, and I ran across some old dudes that just blew my complete mind backwards. And it was all about the cosmology and the positioning of Ori in the cosmology of Ifa, and how important Ori is to not just maintain, but to calibrate, clear, clean, and make sure your Ori is always in a space where it can sit on the throne that it deserves to sit on. And that throne is the highest deity there is next to Olodumare. That is the highest deity that which would be above Orisha. Now you see, I had been taught opposite of that for years. I was taught something was ruling my head, ruling the feed. Well, Shango was on my head, so I had all that gift of gab. That's what I thought. I thought, I can attract women like I whenever I wanted to. I got Shango in me, right? I can start a business and do all. I thought all of that, but yet I was still losing things. Yet things were still happening that was uncomfortable and awkward. I discovered in that 17 days after reading that information that I had not changed my mind. I came to Ifa, but I was still functioning as if I was in the hood mentally. Now, I wasn't walking around drinking 40 ounces of sack in my pants and listening to Snoop Dogg. No, that's not what I'm saying. But the way I moved was similar to how I learned to move in the neighborhood. My reactions, the anger, the quick temperament, the chasing the bag, the money. There's nothing wrong with getting paid, but what I learned is chasing your purpose will get you paid, and it will last longer and it will taste better. So I learned that I hadn't changed my mind. At that time, I got into yoga and meditational things, mindful movement things to kind of help me through this process. And that process led me to calming down some. But then one day I did the meditation and the yoga, and it happened to be Oshe Ifa Day. And I got up from the meditational yoga to calm myself down before I go to Ifa. And then I went to Ifa to do my Oshe Ifa. And it hit me right then and there as I was doing Oshe Ifa. This needs to be taught. This information of the mind, the Ori, the power of Ori, needs to be taught. When I say the power of Ori, just think about something powerful. It's protected. It's not neglected. It's protected. It's cleaned off. It's made sure it's functional so it doesn't just blow up because it was neglected and hurt everybody around it. That's what a dirty Ori is powerful, but if it's not in its right state, it will hurt everything around it. I had to learn that lesson the hard way, and it took me losing all of those things that I loved at that time. But it also removed things that I didn't need so that I could see what I came to see. During that O'Shea Ifa is when I made it a class. And ever since then, we've had Ori and Ni in effect. We've helped lots of people. We've helped couples, single people, entrepreneurs, all walks of life. We've helped since July of 2020. We've helped a lot of people. And we want to help you. We want to help you, and you. Whoever watches this video, we want to help you to move through this. We're not trying to change what you do 100%. If it's working, keep doing it. But if it's not working, there's something in here stopping it. Let's find out what it is together. How do you do that? First and foremost, become a member of Ori and Ni. You can go to the mental fitness page and select your membership. There's 4 major ones. You have the agreement, you have the honesty, you have the peace, and you have the clarity. Either one of those, you'll be fine. But it depends on how deep you want to go to. I would say which one you should choose. Of course, the clarity one. No, the peace plan. I'm sorry. The peace plan is the one for the whole year. So you will have the red carpet rolled out. You can attend any event you want to attend, all that stuff. But we'll have the descriptions of each plan on that page. We just need you to get a plan. And then once you get a plan, we can patiently start working on the things you need particularly to work on. Everybody's situation is not the same. So we're going to definitely need to get you on the page that you need to work on. And that's why we're going to put together a plan for you to take the classes that's necessary, to get the Ori coaching that's necessary, to watch the videos on the lectures that's necessary, to make sure you're getting this information and you're, most importantly, making it applicable. We believe in practical application. If it's not practical enough to you apply it to your everyday life, what are we doing? So we need to find ways to make this stuff applicable to your life. And that's what we're going to help you with so that you can change your entire life. If I can change my mindset, I'm a different person from that 2020. Just from 2020 alone, I'm a different person. I know I'm a different person. Trust me. People around me can witness it now. I am a different person than I once was, because now I understand the power of Ori, and I understand that only change that I can make is in my mind. And if you change what's in your mind, everything else can do nothing but change, because what's in your mind is what people experience about you. And if you change that, you change the people around, and you change the outcomes of things that you really truly desire, like good health, wealth, spouses, children, and all just basic victories of life. It starts in the Ori and it ends in the Ori. Ogbeiyonu says, it is not a person's laziness, lack of initiative, but it is what's deeply rooted in their mind that causes the good and the bad in their life. Ogbeiyonu says that. And multiple others back up that notion. Are you ready to change your mind? Are you ready to do the work on Ori? Are you ready to apply all this information that you're learning in Ori, in Ifa? Ifa and Ori go hand in hand. Ori cannot function without Ifa. And the system of Ifa was made for the Ori of people. Period. If it wasn't made for the people's Ori, then what was it made for? It's made for you to function and get the messages and the answers that you need. And you can't get the answers with foggy understanding. We're here to help. Hope this message helps you, because we want to help you. We want to help your organization. We want to help whatever it is you do, your basketball team, your football team, your sports academy, whatever it is. We want to help the people, help their minds to achieve their dream. That is because your dream is where? In your mind. That's where God planted your vision, your dream, your purpose. Do it. But the best way to do it is do it through your Ori. Yes, I said it. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you out based on what we do here. We are here for the classes. We are here to teach people to change their mental mindset. Period. Using spirituality that we call Ifa. There's more information on the page down below and throughout the website. If you ever have questions, you can always schedule a counseling or a coaching session with us at any time. You can always attend our Sunday meetings every Sunday at 11 via Zoom. We have a lot to offer. We hope that you will take advantage. Get your mental fitness plan today. I am Baba Makanjuola. Peace out.